Cheers and good on you, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning into the show. I wish I could say I was doing a show with a little bit more enthusiasm, a little bit more upbeat, something fun. But this will not be a fun episode. Obviously, you can tell from the subject matter, it's about Charlie Kirk. And so, of course, I want to express some of my anger, frustration, sadness, depression even, over the events that took this man's life. I have a lot to say, and I purposely waited a few days for a couple reasons. If I would have done this the day of, I will admit, I've been not acting like a good Christian. A lot of swearing, a lot of yelling, a lot of name calling. So, and a lot of the facts obviously were not out yet, so I wanted to pause and wait just a little bit. So I'll be back in just a moment, and I will express my views on Charlie Kirk, on the shooting, the murder, his lovely wife, some of the disgusting things that have been said, the rhetoric, why I believe he was killed. And I'm not alone in my thoughts. And just how unfortunate and disgusting this country has become. Not the country, I love America, but what we've allowed it to become, and why our voices need to be heard more. We can be silent no more. His wife said it so perfectly, and I'm kind of, I guess, getting ahead of myself a little bit. So let me say that his wife inspired me to do this, and that's not a joke. That's exactly why I'm doing this right now. So let me get to the intro. I'll be right back. All right, so thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the people who have stayed with the show this long. I really do appreciate it. I know I haven't been very consistent in recording. Why am I back? Why am I here? Why am I recording a show? Because of Erica Kirk. That's why I'm recording a show. I don't even know if I was necessarily going to record a show based on Charlie Kirk being murdered, even though I had a lot of thoughts, obviously. But it's when I saw her speech, and if you have not seen her speech, I strongly encourage you to go watch it. A beautiful woman, and not just by appearance, way deeper than that. Beautiful Christian woman, strong mother, strong wife, strong conservative. Just, she checks all the boxes on just an amazing woman, an amazing American. So, obviously I don't need to go into what happened with Charlie Kirk. We all know what happened. He was murdered. And a lot of the things that came out, immediately, I was like, listen, I'm not going to do with what a lot of the left does. Notice I said a lot of the left. I didn't say the left. In other words, I'm not condemning every single person on the left, because that's not accurate. I choose to be accurate. It'd be easy to everyone on the left. You can't do that, because again, it's not accurate. I've seen some people on the left be very fair, speak out against what happened, and I applaud those people. If anything, Charlie Kirk was trying to promote and bring back to this country, which we've lost so much of, and I will blame most of the left, not all of the left, most of the left, for this. If you don't, and how insecure is it too, by the way, if you don't think the way I do, you can't eat at our restaurants. You got to confront them at the gasoline station. Remember Maxine Waters? You can put them at the can't even talk, moron. Get in their faces. Chuck Schumer, punch them in the face. There's a rhetoric and there's a narrative. If you are a conservative, you are a racist. You are a white supremacist. You are a Nazi. How many times have we heard that term? You, for the most part, now this is the sliver of something good that has come out. Charlie Kirk has become a martyr. So what I mean is, the conservatives, and I'm starting to see this, and I started to see it a little bit before, but now we have been elevated. So let me talk to you about that. There was an element. You can't wear that Trump shirt. You can't wear that Trump hat. Oh, you're a conservative. You voted for Trump. Shh. Don't put that Trump flag in your lawn. Why? Don't have that Trump bumper sticker on your car. Why? Because your car will get damaged. Think about that. We're a little bit past this part, but think about when Trump and Elon Musk were aligned. Now, I still don't necessarily agree or even fully understand what happened between them. I think it'd be better if we had Elon Musk and Trump united. They're two alphas, so that's a completely different topic. I like it better when they were aligned. But look at when they were aligned. You couldn't own a Tesla. Why can't you own a Tesla? Because it will get destroyed. It'll get vandalized. If you don't align with the left, now again, not all the left. I'm very fair. We're gonna attack you. We're gonna scream you down. We're gonna cancel you. God forbid. You like Trump? How many videos do we have to see of this? On and on and on, in real life experiences too. You can't publicly say you voted for Trump. Well, you're a racist. So, false narrative. The narrative, the rhetoric is disgusting. And yes, it did play into why Charlie Kirk was murdered. But I guess I'll get back to my point. The point of this part being, we're starting to see a pushback where people are saying, I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think. We will not be silenced. Now, again, if I would have done the show 2 days ago, I would have been swearing. I would have been acting out of respect for not only Jesus Christ, but for Charlie Kirk. For Charlie Kirk. I'm going to do this responsibly. Think about Charlie Kirk. What a blessing of a man this guy was. We lost such a strong ally. And yes, I do believe that man certainly could have, would have, I don't know. We'll never know now, unfortunately, but could have been president of the United States one day. Certainly could have, without a doubt. 31 years old, I'm way more mature than I've ever been in my entire life. What a good man. So now, since this has happened, I'm seeing more people go, F you. Yeah, I voted for Trump. What do you want? What are you going to do about it? And we need to do that. This has got to stop. This has got to stop. This false narrative. I am sick and tired of having to say, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. No, I'm not a white supremacist. No, I'm not a racist. I am sick of saying that. The media, now, see, here's where I'm conflicted, because hear me out. I'm conflicted where I believe everyone's responsible for their own actions. And ultimately, that's what I believe. Can you directly blame the media and the people on the left who have done these things on the false narratives? You can connect the dots for sure. Ultimately, though, I believe that people are responsible for their own actions. So this idiot who did this, he's fully to blame. There has been an indoctrination on these college campuses, through the media, through schools. if you're a conservative, if you're a Republican, you're a racist. But what does the left call, you know what my favorite, I love conservatives. My favorite conservatives are black conservatives. I love them. I love them. I love hearing them. Listen to black conservatives. Listen to them talk. It's like heavenly when I hear a black conservative talk. So I like black conservatives. Oh, wait a minute. I voted for Trump. I'm a conservative. How is that possible? The left, they call black conservatives the white faces of white supremacy. And for some reason, that's not racist. When liberal whites call black conservatives names and so on and so forth. So, yeah, can you tie these things together? Is there a direct link towards the constant indoctrination from the left? And it's funny, too, because I've heard some of the left, oh, we condemn this. We can't have people who preach their opinions and this and that be executed. And they say this. But 2 months ago, you were saying we need to get in their faces. They have to be stopped. They have to be shouted down. You have to confront them in restaurants. It's just like these, primarily the left, not all the left. You can find video of Obama, Hillary Clinton. We got to close the borders. You can't have people in here illegally. And now, the exact opposite. Well, here's video of you. That's the funny thing, too. You can present video to people and say, here's Hillary Clinton, here's Obama saying this, here's Joe Biden saying this. And they just, nope. But Charlie Kirk is a racist. Charlie Kirk was a white supremacist. Charlie Kirk was a Nazi. Prove it. No video of it. No evidence. There's a lot of people running their mouths and talking that he was a racist, he was a white supremacist, he's this, and celebrating his death. Ask for proof. I've done it. I've been in several debates the last few days. Show me evidence. Nothing. So there's all this narrative. There's all these facts. I don't know why I felt like Chris Farley right there. There's all these facts that he was a white supremacist. Okay? Where's the evidence? It's just running your mouths. So yeah, you blame the shooter, this idiot, but yeah, you can point the blame at the media. My God, people, the day he was murdered, non-stop did I have people sending me things. Charlie Kirk, his shooter, Charlie Kirk shooter, Trump supporter, Christian, Republican. And I was like, what are you, this doesn't even make sense. I told a friend of mine who sent me some things. Now, and to be fair, he was sending me things from someone else. Maybe poking the bear. I don't know. Or just, presenting it to me. And I told him these exact words. I said, obviously, how much this doesn't make sense. That this guy's a Trump supporter, a conservative, a Republican, yet he kills Charlie Kirk. So I said, let me put this into perspective for you. Oh, and part his whole family's Republican. His whole family's Republican. I said, okay. That doesn't make him a Republican. And by the way, this is when this was just coming out. So I'm not talking about now or yesterday. I'm talking about immediately when this was coming out. I said, this is not there. And you probably everyone listening, this has probably heard the same thing immediately. Like, he was a Trump supporter, the shooter. He was a conservative. He's a Republican. He's a Christian. He's and immediately I'm like, what are you, so here's what I told this guy. I said, and again, part of it was because his whole family's Republican, okay? I said, okay, I won't say this guy's name, so I'm going to make up a name. I'm going to say Mike, okay? So I said, Mike, let's say you had a brother and he was gay, all right? Does that make you gay just because your brother's gay? See what I mean? So, yeah, everyone in his family is Republican. I know people personally very well, by the way, very well, where one, literally, I mean, very well, where one brother is a strong Trump supporter, conservative, Republican, on and on. Go. He even went to Turning Point because I won't get, well, he went to Arizona, went to Turning Point. I'll just leave it at that. After Charlie Kirk died to pay respects. And in the same exact family, another brother who I know very well. I mean, Trump's a racist. Trump's a Nazi, a white supremacist. Everyone who voted for him is a white supremacist, a racist. In the same family. So again, how can you say, well, his whole family, the shooter, how can you say his whole his entire family is a Republican? So that immediately makes him a Republican. And I just, how does that even make sense? And then I even heard that one of the false stories, was that Charlie Kirk, the reason he shot Charlie Kirk, because this guy was the shooter was a diehard conservative, diehard Trump fan, and he shot him because Charlie Kirk wasn't conservative enough. And again, I said, do you understand how ridiculous that is? So I relate it to, like, let's say, for example, if you had to go 1 to 10, 10 being the absolute best score you could have, like ultra conservative, and no, not far right. That's not what I mean. Like, the top of conservative, like you believe in, Trump and conservative and Republican, right, the right side, and not far right. Gotta make it clear. Gotta speak to, to some of these people because they take things out of context, of course. Charlie Kirk was a 10 out of 10, okay? I'm probably a 6. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Just to put it in perspective. Like, Charlie Kirk you can't beat Charlie Kirk as far as like being an ideal conservative, not a racist, people, not a white supremacist. God, believe me, I'm for an honor of such a good man Charlie Kirk was. I'm suppressing myself a bit. I want to swear. I want to yell. I want to throw things at the wall right now. He was respectful. So, in honor of him, I'm trying to hold back. So, does it make sense that, my God, you could make an argument that Charlie Kirk was more conservative, more Republican, more, than Donald Trump is. Now, again, don't anybody get all weird about that. I'm just trying to make a comparison here. So does it make sense that you would execute one of the strongest conservatives speaking voices that are out there because he wasn't conservative enough? I've literally heard that. I don't know if some of you have heard that. Comment below if you have. So it's these false narratives, and the insecurity behind this. You don't think the way we think, so I have to kill you. I have to shout you down. How about this, people? How about freedom of speech? Maybe the most important thing that we hold on to as Americans. And how about if you disagree, you just don't show up? I don't understand these people that they disagree with the Charlie Kirks and on, all these people, okay? Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly's, and just too many to name. They disagree, so they have to show up. They have to protest white supremacy, even though there's a lot of black people in the crowd, a lot of Hispanics in the crowd. White supremacy again, but they're geez, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. This narrative, this rhetoric, certain radicalized people in certain religions. I'm just going to say it like that because, again, I don't generalize to that extent. Every one of them. That's not, you can't do that. And that's part of the problem that we're facing here, that we're seeing here. So what I mean is, I've seen people where you've seen it too. I'm not going to go into detail on this because it's not part of what I'm talking about today. So you could see people radicalized in certain types of religion where if you don't believe what I believe, we have to kill you. Terrorist attacks, we have to kill you. Why can't you just believe? It's such an insecurity. You don't think the way I think? That's okay. Again, open dialogue. This is what I believe. And this is what you believe. Fine. The name calling, the rhetorics. And I mean, listen, people, we all know this. Hollywood owns, the left own Hollywood, The View, the movies, the TV shows, the commercials, the magazines. I mean, my God, Jill Biden, when she was First Lady, on every magazine cover you can imagine. Melania Trump is a model. Do you see her on magazines? On magazine covers, a model who is now the First Lady, who was even the First Lady before. Do you see her on magazine covers? Nope. Why? Because the left owns all the media. They own the narrative. But if I know when I go out into the world and I see my neighbors and I see my friends and I go wherever I go, I don't see what the media is constantly pushing. You know, America's racist. Everyone hates black people. What are you talking about? Look at the difference, too. Charlie Kirk murdered. All you see are people crying, people paying respect, people angry, of course. Did you see burning cities? Look at this innocent white girl that was killed on the train. First of all, you got people saying the system let this guy down. She was killed by a black guy on a train. Do I think you should condemn all black people? Of course not. Is the guy who did that a thug piece of garbage? Yes. I've actually seen people. We should have empathy for him. The system let him down. The system let her down. She came to America to be safe. And she's dead. But some people care more about him. God forbid if you called that guy certain names. People would be more upset about that than they would be her who lost her life to that piece of garbage. We've got Joy Reid, who is openly racist against white people. Openly racist against white people. Openly. She's proud of it. Free pass. In fact, she loses her show not because she's a racist piece of garbage. She loses her show because nobody's watching it. But no. She lost her show because America's racist. Let's see, Joy Reid. What color were you when you were hired to do your show? Did you change colors? Sometime during the course of your show? Were you white when you were hired? And then you became black? But you were fired because you were black. You were hired as a black person. And you were a racist. You are a racist. So her racism is encouraged. It's applauded by the left. Man, is she speaking the truth? Mostly by dumb white liberals. But Charlie Kirk is made up racism. He was a beautiful man. So, false racism, we have to murder him. Real racism, nope. And look at, like, you know, people will compare. Like I'll look at how Charlie Kirk. I haven't seen rioting in the streets. I haven't seen burning buildings. I haven't seen police killed and innocent citizens killed. George Floyd, the riots, the burning of the buildings, people murdered, people killed. But then, okay, here's what the left is loving to hang on to. January 6th. All right, now I don't fully agree with what happened on January 6th. Who was murdered on January 6th? Oh, a white girl by a black cop. Reverse the races and put that in any other scenario. The girl on the train. Reverse the races, people. A white guy sitting behind a black girl, gets up, stabs her. You think Al Sharpton and Joy Reid's and they wouldn't be talking? There'd be riots in the street. This story is pretty much gone. CNN, MSNBC, and a host of others. Elon Musk posted this on his X platform. Until it picked up a little bit of steam, not one of those left-leaning news sources even reported on this girl being murdered on the train. None. Zero coverage whatsoever. Come on, people. You talk about, like, just let's be honest here. Reverse the races. You're telling me that wouldn't be on a constant loop on CNN? Oh, white supremacy in this country. Oh, black guy did it. Look, we should have empathy for him. The system failed him. I'm a bleeding heart liberal. The system failed him. Oh, she was white. We don't care. Her life doesn't matter. God forbid, we got so stupid in this country where again, people, it wasn't that long ago where we got to a point where Black Lives Matter, the movement, which turned out to be a complete joke. People were just robbing and buying mansions. But we got to a point in this country where you were a racist. If you said all lives matter, all lives matter, you're a racist. All lives matter. You are a white supremacist. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Oh my God! I'm saying this on a show, on a platform. I must be a white supremacist because I just said all lives matter. How dare I not condemn the white race? Listen, people, all lives matter. All of them. Black people's lives matter. White people's lives matter. Asian, Hispanic. We all matter. We're all God's children. How dare you talk like that? Now you're really a white supremacist. You just said all lives matter. So getting back to why I did this show, I want to address this. Erica Kirk, beautiful woman, and everything she said was just beautiful and perfection. And my heart goes out to her and those poor kids. When she said, you think, and I'm slightly paraphrasing here, but you think that killing Charlie, murdering Charlie is going to stop his movement, you've just exploded it. And I was like, yeah, we got to carry that torch. We got to go and talk about and this is, again, part of the reason I'm not yelling, I'm not swearing. I'm trying so hard to be a good Christian, and I'm doing it in honor of Charlie Kirk. So get out there, show some love, but stand up for what is right. Don't be silent anymore. We can't be silent anymore. We have to fight against what is wrong. And lies. Charlie Kirk's a white supremacist. No. Don't be silent on it anymore. I don't even need to say this because I'm speaking to conservatives. Unless I got some damn haters on here and you can go, just preach from the heart. And, it's hard to even collect my thoughts because I've been so mad, so angry. I haven't felt this way since what happened during COVID. And the businesses shut down and you just saw lies from the media. I saw my own show on a different platform, which I send it to as well now. And if they flag it, they flag it. But everything I said ended up being correct. But I got flagged and flagged and flagged. So her words, like when you just see, even after what happened, a lot of people, Speaking clear and honestly here, a lot of people would question God and doubt God. Why did he have to die? He was a Christian, and God, you killed him? That people would talk like that. People would think like that. And I'm not even saying to have those thoughts would necessarily be wrong. I'm not saying that they're right, just to be clear, but I'm saying it's probably normal and natural to have thoughts like that after something like that would happen, losing a loved one. But she is so strong in her faith that, I mean, what a strong woman. What a strong woman. That instead of giving in or doubting her faith, that woman has such strong faith, and so did Charlie Kirk. So yeah, I do get angry when I hear people. I've heard it. I've seen a lot of the videos, not all of the left. Like I said, I always like to be fair and clear and honest. But I've seen so many videos of people celebrating his death. I've heard of people I know personally, which shocked me and upset me, celebrating his death, talking about how another white supremacist is gone. I'm like, what? Based on what? The media says he's a racist. When are people gonna? The person I told you about a little bit earlier, where he was constantly sending me videos and memes and this and that of this guy being a Trump supporter, and he's turned the corner. And he's admitted that I was right from the beginning. And it's not about me being right. I want him to see. And I asked him this morning, are you finally starting to wake up? Are you finally starting to see the lies and the media narrative? Are you waking up finally? Stephen King, he posted on X. Again, slightly paraphrasing, but I think I'm pretty close. He said something along the lines of Charlie Kirk promoted gays being thrown off of roofs. Something very close to that, almost word for word for that. And he's an insane liberal. He's just a nutbag. Stephen King is a nutbag. I can't even believe I've read any of his books. I don't support him at all. Idiot. So, but the post after that, Dave Rubin, again, gay man, right? Oh, but conservatives hate gays, right? Every conservative I know, I haven't met one conservative that does not like Dave Rubin. I haven't met one. Gay man, how's that possible? We should want to kill him, right? No. But thank God Dave Rubin responded to that. And he said, I was dear friends with Charlie Kirk. Me and my husband, Dave Rubin, me and my husband, very good friends with Charlie Kirk. We've been to his house many times. He treated us nothing but respect, with nothing but respect. And then he said something like, I broke bread with him, is what he said. Something along the lines of, we had dinner with him many times. I'd been to his house many times. He's been to my house. Again, slightly paraphrasing. And then he said, plot twist, Charlie Kirk never threw stones at me. And then you saw all these other people. And by the way, Charlie Kirk never said he supported throwing gays off of roofs. He never said it. But Stephen King posted that. I've seen things where people have posted about all the lies about Charlie Kirk. Okay, again, and the killer. And I've seen the truth. This is what they said. This is the truth. The lies. I'm going off of a real one here. The lies, over 5 million views. The lies. Okay, the truth, when it finally comes out, something like 80,000 views. So the lies are tracking millions of views. White supremacist, Nazi, hates black people, hates gays, lies. The truth, when it he never said that. This is what he actually said. Just a few thousand views. Do you see how controlling the narrative? So in other words, 5 million people saw lies. And let's say, for example, it's 50,000 people saw the truth. I'm just making up numbers now, but not on this side. One of them, it really was over 5 million. So let's say 50,000. I mean, look at that. All these millions of people still believe this, and that. The truth, only a few people saw. And by the way, the people who see the truth, I've seen people that see, here is what he actually said. Nope, he's still a racist. He's still a white supremacist. You could show them the actual truth. This is what he actually said. Nope, still racist. Yeah, but January 6th. Yeah, but January 6th. So the point and the moral of this episode, let's not be silent anymore. In no way, shape, or form am I talking about violence. I'm going to make that extremely clear. Don't cause violence, because then you're no better than those pieces of garbage that are promoting the violence. Get in their faces, confront them at the gasoline station. No. But don't be silent about who you are anymore. I do strongly believe that most people in this country, because I've seen it, I've seen so many people, they want most of conservative type values. What does the left support? Defund the police. What does the right want? Law and order. It's so weird to me too, these people who are so against the National Guard coming to their cities to clean up crime, and they're against it. No, Trump's a dictator. Trump's gonna, I fear for fear what? Don't break the law and you've got nothing to fear. If I broke the law, then I should fear that I'm going to be arrested and prosecuted and so on and so forth. If I didn't do anything. But now, again, who should be fearful? Charlie Kirk speaking at an event. He gets shot and killed. But people who are breaking the law, we gotta support them. We can't have Trump here bringing law and order. Even we can't bring crime down. I mean, these governors and these mayors who are against bringing the National Guard in to stop crime. I mean, think about that. We don't want him to come here and stop crime. But people keep voting for them? Or do they? Or do they? That's come into doubt, seriously, over the years. I'm going to say one last thing. I was out last night, a bunch of family members and friends, and my nephew, 14-year-old nephew Truman, he had a shirt on, had a cross on the front and the back. I wish I remembered exactly what it said, but it said something like Jesus Christ is my Savior, and He died on the cross for my sins. That is not exactly what it said, but very close to it. I was so happy to see that. So of course, I told him I was proud of him. I love to see that. My brother told me that he ordered that shirt on his own. I was like, I am so proud of you right now. I'm so happy. 14 years old, wearing that shirt proudly in public. I loved it. I loved it. I couldn't stop telling him how proud I was of him. And he had said that he bought it because of what happened with Charlie Kirk. And so again, gosh darn it, am I upset about Charlie Kirk's murder. But if we look at these silver linings, what he stood for has been strengthened. My nephew turned to Christ. Because of what happened to Charlie Kirk. I mean, I can't believe for a second that Charlie Kirk is not in heaven for right now. He is. But like, somehow, some way, if he finds out about that, the smile that's probably on his face right now, because a quote from Charlie Kirk, and his wife said this: make heaven crowded. So Charlie Kirk, God bless you, God bless your wife, God bless your family. And I can tell you, you've made me wake up over the last few days. And I'm going to do my best to carry that torch for you. Like they say in the Bible all the time, someone's not worthy enough to even carry Jesus's sandals. And that's what I feel compared to like Charlie Kirk. I'm nobody compared to Charlie Kirk. But I'm going to do my best to become a better Christian, to be a better dad, a better friend, a better husband. Like I heard your wife speaking about you. What a great man you were. So, gosh, as hard as this is hard to say, but there's a little bit of good things that came out of this. That's hard to say. Trust me, that's hard to say. But I can think of 2 examples. I've stepped up my game as far as being a better Christian. My nephew has accepted Christ and on his own bought a shirt about and publicly showing his support of Christ. My goodness. So Charlie Kirk, this episode is absolutely dedicated to you, to your wife, to your children, and to what you stood for. God bless you. And I had a friend of mine yesterday, a dear friend. He played a song for me, and it was about Charlie Kirk. And I was watching the video, and it was showing images of Charlie Kirk, a lot of images we have all seen, and I got a little teary. The one immediately it popped up on the screen. It was Charlie Kirk holding his kids, and I, like I am kind of now, I immediately started losing it. I know his kids will know that their dad was a good man, a great man, because of his faith and because of how beautifully strong his wife is. So they will know his dad. And at the same time, they'll never know his dad. They're too young. I don't condemn all the left for what happened. But you pieces of garbage that celebrate this good man's death, if any of you hear this, all I'm asking you, let the hatred go. Learn the truth about Charlie Kirk. And maybe, just maybe, I'm confident of this. I am confident of this. Like the person I know, the friend I know who admitted he was wrong, and this just happened. I could think of one already. So worldwide, and I'm nobody, but worldwide, there's got to be some people that start to wake up and see like, wait, they're saying this about Charlie Kirk, but this is what's really going on. All we can do is hope and pray that we get more of that. So again, Charlie Kirk, this is for you. God bless you. As little as my platform is, I'm going to carry that torch for you. And we'll miss you because you may have, I think it's well known at this point, one, not the, but one of the strongest reasons Trump was elected is because of Charlie Kirk. So let's keep this movement going, people. With love, with respect, no violence, but let's let our voices be heard. And if on the show with, I always end the show with enjoy your life. And you should, because at any second it could be taken away. Charlie Kirk didn't know he was about to die, and he's gone now. So honor him by keeping his movement strong, and let's not be silent anymore. So I truly do say, enjoy your life.
Daddy, Daddy, you're so awesome. Daddy, Daddy, you're so cool. Yeah!